Stop blaming women for every single thing that happens to you in your life, gentlemen. It's not worth it. Stop it. I think this is part of the reason why I revamped my YouTube channel, because I got sick and tired of the amount of content that is geared towards men, young men especially, or by older men, always trying to make women look like they are the bad group all the time, and that's not true. Women do bad things, but guess what? So do men. Men do bad things too. That's why I always advise men, do not gravitate towards this red pill and men going their own way group, because a lot of the men in the red pill space, a lot of the men in the MGTOW movement, I think that's how you call it, a lot of them are just angry. They are angry, unfulfilled men. A lot of the men in the red pill, a lot of the men in the men going their own way is just angry men. A lot of these men you see in the red pill, a lot of these men in the MGTOW movement, a lot of them, they are only angry because they couldn't get the women they wanted. That's all it is. That's all it is. If the woman they want comes to them today and says, baby, I love you, they would dump those things and move on quickly. But a lot of these men in this movement, one thing they won't tell you is that they themselves contributed to the demise of their dating life. A lot of them contributed to how women treat them. You know, as men, we need to stop this narrative that it is all women's fault. Accountability. And I think this is why I brought my YouTube channel back, because I need to start making authentic videos like this, preaching balance, preaching accountability to men. You cannot grow as a man. You cannot become an improved version of yourself, like a healthy, improved version of yourself as a man, if you're always pointing the finger at women. It's women's fault that you're lonely. It's women's fault that you don't have a girlfriend. It's women's fault that you lost your job. It's everybody else's fault but yourself. How can you grow? You cannot grow. And I get it. The red pill content, the red pill podcast, the MGTOW podcast, they are exciting. You know, it's a parasocial relationship with a lot of you young men. You want to give it to the women. You know, you want to attack the women. You want to insult the women. You want to make them feel bad. So you watch Fresh and Fit. You watch Fresh and Fit, insulting OnlyFans girls who they sleep with, by the way. You want to watch this red pill podcast that dunk on women, calling women 304s, bitches, whores, sluts. But those same men that are dunking on these OnlyFans women, sex workers, they are also sleeping with those women. And there's nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. But how can you be preaching morality as a red pillar, yet you're sleeping with the same women that you're preaching against? What does that mean? That's hypocrisy. That is blatant hypocrisy. So that's why I always say to the men, to the young men especially, and to the men in general, stop blaming women all the time for your miss-ups and your fuck-ups as a man. Women are not perfect. Men are not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Use your brain, learn to take radical accountability, and learn to look at things for what it is. Understand female nature. Yes, but use that for your own safety. Use that for your own navigation of this life. Don't use it to become angry. A lot of these guys giving advice to men are just angry men, bro. They are angry. They're so angry. You can see they're angry. You can see they're angry. And that is not healthy. I want to make content, rather, that preaches healthy perspectives, balance, hope, optimism for men, courage, accountability for men, taking personal radical accountability. That is something that I practice. Maybe it's because I'm turning 30 next year, so I'm more in my reflective stages of life. I'm still a very young man, sure, but I want to live a more fresh life. I want to live a more adventurous life, a more socially buoyant life. And to do that, I cannot carry anger in my mind. To do that, I cannot carry hate in my mind, in my head. I cannot look at women as the enemy, but I want a girlfriend. I cannot look at women as the enemy, but I want a wife. I cannot look at women as the enemy, but I have sisters. I cannot look at women as the enemy, but I have a mother that I love. Do you see what I mean? Stop blaming women for all your troubles. Don't be angry. Be aware. Don't be an angry man. Be an aware man. When you're aware of how things work, you are no longer angered by it because you are aware. You can now use that information as you wish. Women are beautiful. Having a nice connection, relationship with a woman is one of the most fulfilling things ever. It doesn't mean you're not going to deal with heartbreaks. It doesn't mean you're not going to deal with cheating. It doesn't mean you're not going to deal with, just chaos in dating. Dating world is chaotic right now. We know that. But be aware. Don't let that push you away from trying to get your own person. And that's okay. I get it if dating is not for everybody. I'm not currently dating. But even if I'm not dating, I still have the desire to have female companionship, the desire to have female energy around me. And that's not a wrong thing, and that's not bad. It is okay. It is perfectly okay to desire female companionship. You're not a simp. You're not weak. You're just a healthy man. And there's nothing wrong in being a healthy man. Part of being a healthy man is a man who takes radical accountability. Because how can you get better when you're not willing to look at what you did wrong? If you're always pointing the finger at women, it's women's fault, it's the government's fault, it's his fault, it's their fault, how can you learn? How can you grow as a man? You are not perfect. But one thing you also need to understand as a man is this. If you don't start thinking for yourself, if you don't start becoming aware for your own good, you will fall into the toxicity and the chaos that is this red pill. Does the red pill say some good things here and there? Yes, sure. I used to consume the content of the red pill 3-4 years ago. I don't now because, okay, it's just repetitive and oftentimes it's just toxic. Yeah, the red pill says some things here and there, but I think if you stay in the red pill for too long, you will become toxic. And that's something you need to accept. Don't be angry, be aware. Stop blaming women for all your troubles. Stop blaming women for all your woes. Take radical accountability. Step out into the world. Socialize. Make friends. Have female acquaintances that you don't want to have sex with. Engage with the world from a lens of openness and freshness. Before I let you guys go, I'm going to say this. My kitchen is right there. I cook. I'm a decent cook. But guys, I'll tell you this. When a woman cooks for me, it just hits different if she can cook. When a woman who can cook cooks a meal that I cook often myself, it hits different. It hits different. That is the feminine energy I'm talking about. Peace out.